those of you still not familiar with Bahria Town Phase, this is Bahria Town Phase 7-8 coming to my left now. I'm primarily driving on the old GT road from Jhelum towards Rawalpindi. It's on my left hand side, and I have crossed the Islamabad interchange. So I didn't take a right at the Islamabad interchange, just carried on a bit forward, and this is Bahria Town Phase 7-8 to my left. There we are. As soon as you enter Bahria Town, there's a security checkpost. And straight away you get a feeling of very well maintained society. Now, when I shifted over to Pakistan from UK a few years ago now, the first 3 years, nearly 2.5-3 years, we spent in Bahria Town. A different phase, not 7-8. We were in bit phases 2 and 3, opposite side. But it really should be admired that it's an unbelievable system they have in place of maintaining and providing uninterrupted supply of electricity, gas, water, which I know should be basic amenities, but those basic amenities are not readily available even now in 2020. And as well as security. So we, as one of the users of these facilities, can vouch for them. So this is Bahria Town Phase 7 and 8. I mean, to be honest with you, I've never been able to figure out where Phase 7 ends and where Phase 8 starts. But right now it's all Phase 7. It's very well developed in a sense that it's a lot of population. People are living here. Let me just keep driving forward. So you keep driving in and you get into this array of commercial buildings which are primarily saturated and populated by real estate agents, and then obviously the usual commercial activity of banks and restaurants and whatnot. It's a fairly decent size of it. It's quite big. And to my right here now comes a bridge where these cars are taking a U-turn after coming from the opposite direction of the bridge. That bridge leads on to DHA Phase 1, that is. So DHA Phase 1 and Bahria Town are interlinked through this bridge, and this is a kind of an important connecting feature of the two, between Bahria Town Phase 8 and the DHA. I'll just keep driving forward till I reach the main clock tower roundabout. Again, a few hundred yards up from the DHA bridge, we get into this main roundabout. This is called the clock tower roundabout, and there on your right you might be able to figure out, and I'll probably drive there, the Hardee's and McDonald's, and there's a food street which should be able to figure out goes from there. I'm going to drive towards Piccadilly Courtyard, which is, you take a left from here, and then you lead, you're still on to what is, I think, referred to as Bahria Expressway. So this, from this clock tower and those that food street. Food street is to the right of the clock tower, and I took a left. From the left, again you have this commercial and residential hub on my right and my left. So I have a dual carriageway, and then we have that service road that you might be able to figure out. And then behind the service road you have an array of plots, and I'm showing the right hand side because Piccadilly Courtyard is just amongst these. Now you get into this next roundabout. This is called, if I remember correctly, it's called Shaheen Chowk. And if you take a right from this Shaheen Chowk, you go into Intellectual Village and a very popular restaurant called Callisto we can possibly make out up there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go in from this Shaheen Chowk and go into the service road, which is And here you can see that right next to us are all main commercial stores. Logo design, Borjon, Shenwan. These are very popular names. Nishat Linen is probably the third shop away from us. Warda, well, Punjab Pharmacy, Pharmacy, I didn't know about that. And here we are, the site of Piccadilly Courtyard. Let me just drive around because it's open from all four sides. So that was the front, and this I'm driving now on the side road. This is what I've shown to a few of you that I met in my recent visit to the UK. And this is how we anticipate the courtyard is going to look like, inshallah, in due course from inside. And I've emphasized that we've tried to create a modern Islamic architecture of the building. And there we have the piling machine in situ, as well as the digging machine. And now I get to the rear of the building and carefully drive on the rear again, looking at the plot. I think I told some of you that there's, especially those of you who've purchased type D, E, and F, that there's a park right opposite. So you should be able to view what we refer to as park view. There's nothing obstructing your view